All right,
Hey,
yeah.
so while we're on the topic, we just did a hot lap with you on your track. Can you give us from where we started, like a turn by turn kind of description of it? As much
Yeah.
lead us through the track, and I'm gonna try to connect that with a video.
Yes. Well, turn one is
Watch.
Grab some
turn one
plans
is,
here.
is a turn one is a normal turn. It's just a regular constant radius normal turn. Turn two is it's not a 90. It's probably 100. It's a little bit more than a 90. And because the track goes uphill a little bit, you get a little traction, but then the track falls off a little bit, and so to hit the really late apex, you gotta focus on that. Then from there, even with my SUV, you just get on the right line. Turn 3 and turn 4 are just basic. You just hit the right line, and you don't have to lift. At least in my car.
Yeah.
I don't know what we would do with race tires, but those are just street tires. Turn 5A and B. That's that duplicate of the corner at Mossport. If you Google that, you can see videos of cars on turn 5A and B. It's pretty impressive. So we copied that turn. It's a very technical turn because you go in. I don't think I've gotten it right yet, but even up in Canada, I won races there, and I never felt like I got it right. For years, you always felt like there was another half a car length I could have got. But that's 5A and B here. The exit 5B is a real tight 90, but on the way in, it's a really wide open. It's probably not even a 60-degree turn.
Sure.
Then you get into the exit, and now it's a tight 90, so that's tough. The next turn is a left-hander, turn 6. Turn 6, maybe at some point with sticky tires and all that, we could go a little faster, but right now you use all the road, lift a little bit, and get through it. We don't have a curb on the outside of turn 6, which is my mistake, but we will have. Turn 7 is a hard left-hand 90. And if it was a regular 90, it would be the same, it'd be 40 feet wide all the way around it. But what they did, and which I really like, it's a hard 90, but then you get the throttle early, and the track actually expands and goes off to the right. So you would if you went there, you would normally be off the track. But the way we did that, it actually emulates turn 6 at Road America.
Okay.
So we tried to do that. It's not exactly like that, but at least the same mindset when you're driving. Turn 7, turn 6. So turn 7 was the one. Turn 7 and 8 is like Road America. But now you go up to turn 9, and turn 9 is the one that leads on to the longest straightaway. So the rule in road racing is you lengthen your straightaway as much as you can. So you start it early and you end it late. So we're not ending it late yet because I don't know where to brake. I'm just braking a little early. But starting it early, there's no danger there. And so if you do the line right, we had the throttle on really early. That's why we did, 118?
Mm-hmm.
That's faster than I've been in that straightaway because I really focused on the exit of turn 9.
Sure.
So I lengthened my straightaway. Now you get to turn 10, 10A and B, and it's like a double apex. It's two 45-degree turns. Eventually, with good race tires, it's going to be a blast.
Yeah.
It's going to be a double apex fly through.
Straighten them out.
And right after that, there's a dog leg, a little bus stop. We didn't use it, but it's a little bus stop. It's 50 miles an hour. If you use the bus stop, when you exit, you're 50 miles an hour slower than you would be if you went straight.
Wow.
Explain bus stop for me.
It's just it's like Watkins Glen. It used to be a straightaway, but now they got this little half circle.
Gotcha.
It's a half circle. You go in, it's like going to the bus stop.
Okay.
Gotcha.
At the Glen, they call it the bus stop. At Daytona, I don't know what they call it. Might be still called a similar thing. They wanted to slow the road race cars down going into NASCAR 3. So they put this little left, right, left, and it slowed them down a lot. And so then from there, they could go flat out around turn NASCAR 3 and 4. I did blow a tire at the start-finish line in the Paul Revere 250 at 201 miles an hour.
Gee.
But long story, but I did win the race.
Nice.
We came in, got a tire, got a pit stop, really good pit stop. Ended up still winning the race. But anyway, so I'm back to our track. So you skip the bus stop, you go down that. Now, it's a blind turn. I really need to get brake markers in there because you're not really sure where you're going to brake, because I broke a little late and I almost missed that concrete curb on the right. But as soon as I was able to get it into that curb, I put my foot to the floor, I went down the hill, and I broke on the way up the hill. And then it's the downhill, uphill S's. Yep. And so when they were doing the drainage plan, they were going to put like 2 5-foot culvert pipes under the track there. And it was just going to go just a little bit tiny downhill. And I begged them, I said, can you put 3 or 4 24-inch ones? So they put smaller pipes. And so they were able to bring the track down, so I got my downhill, uphill.
Oh, cool.
And we still maintained the drainage.
Yes.
And so now, it seems like that should be the end of the track, but it's not. Now you go through the S's, and you go on the east, the pit straight on the east side, all the way down, and we'll have an arrow, because there's a crossover, and that crossover goes to the bank turn. And so now you're crossing over, you're on the bank turn, you got to stay high. It's decreasing radius, gets tighter on the way out, so you really got to focus. I haven't learned the exact fastest line yet, but once we do, it's going to be a lot of fun. I think we're close. Then the next turn is a little right-hander, goes onto the west side pit straight, and go back into turn 1.
Nice.
So it's
excellent.
It's too much fun.
That's fantastic color commentary for
It
the
really
lap we
was.
just took.
It was.
I mean, you just explained that like you remember driving it.
Well,
I mean, you obviously drove it, and you.
That was his first time, actually.
That was good.
Well, we're going to have a driver's school here. Our members can get in the driver's school. We may have a driver's school for people that aren't members, but
Podcast hosts, we got it. We understand.
yeah.
15,000 to rent.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just going to say we'll have a driver's school, and our members are going to be entitled to. We'll give them driver coaching. So, like I said, you don't have to be a PGA golfer, win a PGA champion, but you definitely want a golfing coach to show you how to. I mean, I only golfed a couple of times, way back, and I was a concrete subcontractor, right? And the guy goes, "I thought you were a concrete guy." I go, "I am." He goes, "Then why are you excavating the fairways?" I kept digging holes in the fairways, so I was not a very good golfer.
Yeah,
So
neither am I. I
would
still do
need-
it, though.
I would need a golfing coach, okay?
Yeah.
Or I wouldn't go.
So you'll have some sort of pro, I guess.
We'll have
Pros.
pros here, that will be able to coach our drivers. It's a pretty amazing track. We can divide it, so you could do the east side, where you come up the east straightaway. Instead of turning at the crossover, you go straight and then turn right and go around that oval. But then we would use the bus stop just to add some more complexity to it.
Does that split it into 2 tracks?
2 tracks.
Cool.
They can be run at the same time.
So
Oh, wow.
what would be running on 2 tracks if you're going to split it like that? What would happen?
If we had a driver's school, we could run it on the right track, and then members could run on the left track. If we had a manufacturer like Toyota,
the one in Plano?
the 128
Right down the highway from us right now?
28 miles away, that one. If we had Toyota,
What
or
about Borla? I mean, you're talking about manufacturers,
yeah.
car manufacturers.
Car manufacturers.
Gotcha.
So if we had Toyota or Lexus here, they might want to use one part of the track. They might want to bring their dealers in. They might rent the whole track.
Yeah.
They might. Who knows? I mean, you never know. It could be called the Toyota G2 Motorsports Park.
Yes,
what you
I
did.
like that
He's
energy.
a shameless self-promoter, too.
we were like each
Imagine
other.
that.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
I like the way you think.
So once we get to that point, we hope that we bring in some good sponsors. I mean, I can guarantee you that we'll have Cinecola and Austin Paving signs on the track. Whether
Yep. I'm sure they'll be proud.
this is something that they really should be proud of, because it's amazing.
It's not in their normal,
Wheelhouse
either.
If you go to our YouTube channel, the channel is under G2 Motorsports.
Okay.
If you go to the YouTube channel and go way back to the earliest one, I think it's like March, and you look at what it was in March. And
Yeah, I
then
think Google Maps still has the dirt outline on it.
Yeah, and then you look at what it is now, and it's like, is it possible? In 9 months, they went to this.
Right.
It's an amazing undertaking to have all that groundwork, all that dirt work that you're doing out there, and to put in a track of that level. It's
And
pretty
we
impressive.
had Cinecola did the curbs, because they had extrusion machines. So, like you see them on the highways, they extrude these walls. Well, they made a special tool, and they extruded our curbs. We gave them the drawing, bam, They would set it up, they extrude it, they get it all at the right level, and then when Austin Paving came in, the asphalt was poured exactly to the same height as the curb.
Nice.
I'm telling you, it's an amazing undertaking, and those two companies, it still amazes me.
I'm glad they didn't stay in their lane. But,